Hello everyone, my name is Henry, and this is actually a first for Adobe Addons Showcase, though it is only the third episode I've officially released, but it's still actually two firsts. So the first, God that's hard to say, is that this is a Premiere Pro and After Effects plugin. All the plugins, or not plugins, but extensions, add-ons, whatever, I've featured previously have been either Photoshop or Illustrator. Technically only Photoshop, but I have sort of gone through Illustrator plugins, extensions as well. Why do they have three different terms for it? Sorry. And the second first is that this is the first time I'm actually covering a plugin. So just to get some of the lingo so that people understand here out of the way. Add-ons, as far as I can understand, is a general term for anything that adds extra content to Adobe software. An extension is something like a brush for Photoshop, an action, a panel, which is what I personally prefer because panels are a little bit cool and add more than just some action, which is literally just a set of things you can already do in Photoshop. It doesn't unlock anything, it just does something for you, and I don't really see the oh my god amazing in it, but a panel, even if it just runs an action, is immediately more interesting. I don't know how my brain works. And then there's plugins, which is what I'm going to be reviewing today, which are not written with HTML, not some sort of just like easier way to do something you could already do. No. We're talking chroma keying plugins. For example, in Premiere Pro, we're basically talking stuff that use the actual source code, or not source code, but are written in the same language or programming language that the program is written in, which means they're able to add much more advanced functions. The primary reason why I've never really made an episode on this before, and why I probably won't be making a lot of plugin episodes, is because most plugins, especially for Premiere Pro and After Effects, cost a lot of money. And there's two reasons at that point that I don't want to cover them. Number one, I don't have the budget to buy all those plugins. Number two, actually there's three things now that I think about it. Number two, you guys probably don't have the money to buy it, so I'm pretty much wasting my time talking and teasing you about a plugin that you can't buy. And then number three, if it costs that much, you know that it's worth buying it. That's like the Creative Cloud. The Creative Cloud costs a lot, but you know it's worth the money, and you pretty much don't have a choice considering how it's industry standard, but still, my point still stands. Now, as I said, this is a plugin for... Why are you loading? Thank you. This video was supposed to be released about 2 days ago, but my computer freaked out and I had to reinstall the entire Windows installation, which was fine, because it allowed me to get this nice desktop background and put all the Adobe programs like into it. I'm really happy with this. Some might think this is a mess. But I felt it kind of just fit the theme of the channel. I don't know. I'm probably going to keep this for daily use because I normally don't use the desktop anyway. I just press the Windows key and then just type in whatever I want to open. So I don't really use the desktop, so it's primarily just to start off these videos with. So tell me in the comments what you think of it. If you think it's absolutely horrible, I'll go ahead and change it, I guess. I really hope you guys like it because I'm really liking this. For those curious, this is the entirety of the Creative Cloud primary programs. I dropped a couple, like utility ones, like Extend Script, Extension Manager, which doesn't even work anymore, unfortunately. A couple of those just dropped, but most of these, pretty much all of them, are programs from the Adobe Creative Cloud. And then, of course, down in the taskbar, I have the ones I actually use most of the time. So, as I was saying, the plugin is for both After Effects and Premiere Pro. However, personally, the difference is nothing. It's the exact same plugin. It's just, it works. You can assume it. If you know how it works in Premiere Pro, you can pretty much guess how it works in After Effects. The options are the same. The outcome is the same. It's pretty much just boils down to preference. And when it comes to preference for me, I primarily use Adobe Premiere Pro. And you'll know that on my videos, I don't do that many fancy visual effects. I might be making some sort of intro for the series in the future, but for now I haven't done that. So Premiere Pro is my go-to. but I do know quite a bit about After Effects as well, and I'm learning more about it every day. So with that said, let's go ahead and open up Adobe Premiere Pro. It's the latest version. This plugin, as far as I understood, works all the way back from CS5 to the latest version. And I forgot to mention the price, because this was the reason I'm looking at this plugin. This price goes for the amazing price of $50, and I have yet to mention the name for it. This is why I shouldn't do YouTube. I've been talking way too much about everything except the plugin. The plugin is Super Resolution Resize. I must admit, most creative name ever. From Infognition Software. A guy from Thailand, I believe. You can read more about it on the internet. Like everything. So let's go and create a new project. I don't quite get this. I reinstalled, right? And for some odd reason, my username is Henna. Not Henneman, which was my old username, or my actual name. No. Henna. I don't know where it pulled that shit from, but okay. Let's go ahead and call this Resize Test. So I've downloaded a couple of clips that we're going to resize with the plugin today, and that's pretty much going to be the gist of this. Yeah, Mercury Playback Engine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And there we are. And then we'll go ahead and do sequence. And oh yeah, that's right. We need to. We'll go to new. New. Damn it! Stay in one place. New sequence. That's another thing. While this plugin is supported all the way back to CS5 and up to CC 2015, there is not yet a Mac version. But after talking to the authors somewhat, it seems like there is possibly coming a Mac version. So if you really want to see that, I'd recommend going to the official forum. Maybe there's already a thread for it, maybe there isn't. But whatever, just go there and figure out some way to tell them I want a Mac version. I personally do. But then again, I run both Windows and Mac, so I'm able to use this plugin whatever. So it's all up to you, really. Now, we want this to be a 1080p video. So let's see, what is this? This is, where does it actually... Just this PAL video, that's really useful, I appreciate that. Okay, let's go for DNX HD, 1080p, 25 frames. Whatever settings you use here really don't matter. So here we go. As long as it's 1080p, we're going to upscale something in 1080p. And then I've got a couple of clips here, so we're going to go ahead and do import. That is some really old stuff. Okay. Let's see. I put it in videos, didn't I? Yep. Avatar 1, Avatar 3, Panasonic 4, and Shrek AVI. All these are AVI files. For those curious, damn it. I am so sorry about that. I forgot to install the Lagarith codec, which for those that don't know, these files are actually made by, or not made by, but some of them are from the Avatar movie, really low res version of the Avatar movie, and a couple of other places. I hope this video doesn't get taken down for copyright. I'd bargain to say that this goes under fair use, but then again, YouTube's never really cared about fair use, so we'll see. But basically, it's from these video clips were taken from a blog post on the Infognition website, which is the company that created this plugin, and they're basically used as samples. And I trust them to be legit. And now we can, now they've actually got images. They should be imported now. Yeah, there we go. I've got the right codec. As you can see, we've got a clip from Shrek. We've got a Shrek. Thank you, Shrek, for ruining everything. We've got a clip from a Panasonic camera. And we've got 2 clips from Avatar. I just downloaded some random ones. These are all supposed to be low res, which... properties? Yeah, 480 by 270. So that's definitely low res. So we can go and put these up here. And we can go ahead and just get this to start. What the hell is this anyway? Okay. And we've got everyone's favorite Shrek again. Oh, that is clear low res. Then again... That is a animated 3D movie, and animated 3D always looks terrible when it's in low res, so that makes perfect sense. I'm looking forward to seeing that example. avatar, which is okay. For low res, that looks pretty good. This doesn't look so good. But okay, again, I hope I don't get taken for fair use. Then again, this is in a small frame. It's never going to fill the whole screen, so that's fine. So let's begin with Shrek, because I found this one to have the most interesting results. So again, remember, we set our sequence to be 1080p. And the reason for that is because keep existing settings, that's important. You notice, that's how small it is compared to 1080p. Now, normally, if you'd just upscale using Premiere, you just double click it, hold shift to maintain its aspect ratio, and then just scale it up. But that just gives it that ugly pixely look, and that's where super resolution, super resize plugins come in. They resize it, and this plugin does some pretty cool stuff. So along with looking at the image and then assuming where new pixels should be added and how to not make it look pixely, this one also looks at the frames before it and after it to get even more pixels, because things will move, and thus adding it in. It's pretty smart. You can read even more about how it works in the link in the description, etc., etc. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go to Effects, Video Effects, and Infognition, Super Resolution Resize. Drag that onto the clip, and then we're going to go to Effect Controls. For those groups, there is a, I believe it was 30-day trial of the plugin. If not, again, it costs $50, which is a really low price to pay considering how good this plugin actually is and what it does. This is probably, and I'm not 100% sure, the cheapest resize plugin ever. To those we noted, it does have a version for Virtual Dub and Video Enhancer, which is a program also made by Infognition. So yeah. Now, so currently we've set it to 200. I believe for... No, not 30. That's going to make it smaller. Bimbo. Okay, I think that's 720p, so let's just keep on increasing this until we get what we want. So we're getting there. Let's see here. We can just scale it up like this. And there we have it. 1080p, 1920 by 1080. So you can either specify percent. So in the case of this clip from Shrek, which was really low res, you can specify 600% and it'll be the high definition, 1080p. Sorry, god damn it. Or you could specify the specific width and height, 1920 by 1080. Now, in theory, we could go all the way up to, I believe it's 4096 by 2160, isn't it? No. Okay, whatever. That isn't really what I want to do, but you can get it up to 4K. So if we now go ahead and play through the clip. Yeah, I probably need to render it in and out. It shouldn't take long. Yeah, there we go. Now it looks way better. So that looks pretty good, right? Now, just for the sake of this video, I'm also going to go ahead and make that a little bit bigger so I can see a little bit clearer. Just for the sake of the video, we're going to go ahead and grab this clip, which is the same normal one. And without even using the same thing on it, we're just going to scale it up until it's 1080p. We can actually scale it a little bit more. Okay, so now we've got the super resize one. I'm going to put it a little bit closer like that. So first of all, we've got the super resize one, the first one. And then we get what we get with Premiere Pro, a blurry mess of a picture. So while this still doesn't look perfect, which it's never going to do, we're probably never, ever, ever going to get perfect resizing from low res to HD. But this is still tenfolds better than it was earlier, and tenfolds better than that mess. And let's realize here, this clip and this clip is 600% bigger or higher in higher resolution than the original. This is pretty amazing. This kind of blows my mind that it's actually possible and that you can get it for $50. Seriously, guys, you should buy this if you have, like, say you have a lot of home videos and you want to have them in 1080p. Buy this plugin and you'll have all your home videos. Also, there's a couple of blog posts in the description about what you should use this on. Again, it relies on moving frames. So if you have videos where people, where like say you have like a PowerPoint presentation video that are resizing, it's not gonna help. It's just gonna be pixelated when you resize it because there's hardly any movement, and when there is movement, it's just from A to B. There's no pixels to grab from that. So again, it needs to be a video with actual movement. So with that done, let's go ahead and take a look at the first avatar clip. Keep existing settings, and then we'll go ahead and we'll go to Effects, Super Resolution, Resize. There we go, and then we'll just set it to 1920 by 1080, and that's 400% this time. This one was a little bit higher res than the Shrek one to begin with. And there we have it, and then we'll just go ahead and do sequence render into out to make sure that it's rendered in and all that. And there we go. So as you can see, that looks really good. You know, it should be noted though, that in order to get this in full understanding, you shouldn't have it in 1.5, you should have it in full. I forgot to mention that. I should have done that on the Shrek thing too, but then again, the Shrek thing, we could still see a major difference, so it doesn't really matter. Now this looks pretty near HD, I must admit. Could almost mistake it for HD. So again, just for reference, we'll go ahead and grab in the same clip again and put it next to it. This one is the non-scaled one. You'll notice there's quite a gap between the HD and non-HD, right? So we'll go ahead and scale that up to about there. And then we'll compare. So I got the HD-ified one, a good one, and then we've got the shitty one. And you'll notice this one still fares pretty well, but it's still, you'll notice that it's better here than it is here. It's more pixelated, and it's got less color, quite frankly. So again, I'd wager that this, like, again, the plugin shows off. It's great. Let's go ahead and do the Panasonic 4 clip, which is a little bit longer, but that's okay. And then we'll once again go ahead and throw down the Super Resolution Resize plugin. This one seems to be the same resolution as the last one. Yep, 400. And then we'll do the same with another clip, which we'll put right here. Then we'll just do the exact same we've done. You guys should be pretty well versed with this by now. Again, you can do this exact same thing in After Effects. The plugin is technically actually branded as an After Effects plugin, but, oh, I didn't actually intend to, okay, whatever. But it works in both Premiere because it's these two share plugins. And there we are. So now we have the nicely, looks like HD-ified video file. And then in a second, we'll get the much more pixelated, less colored, same thing. Again, it shows off that it's better. Imagine doing this with home videos. It would be awesome. Again, Shrek blew me away with this, considering how pixelated that was. And then, just for good measure, and since I decided to import all these, we'll just do this one more time, just to prove how awesome this extension truly is. We'll go ahead and throw it on there. And then, this one, probably going to be the exact same as the other ones. 920 by 1080, awesome. And then we'll go ahead and go in here. Project, Avatar. On here, we'll just go ahead and double click it. Hold Shift, pull. Approximately, okay, that could actually be pulled a little bit more. There we go. And now we've got, interesting enough, there's no audio on this, which is useful because that means I'm not going to be flagged for copyright that easily. Audio is the biggest giveaway for copyright issues. So we've got this and this. Clear difference. This one's more HD, this one's less HD. You can see less color and a little bit blurriness. You'd probably see it even more if you'd zoom in, but we don't really need to zoom in. So yeah. So with that said, so with that shown off, that is the Super Resolution Resize plugin. Again, you can buy it either directly from the author himself on Infognition.com, or, which is pretty recent actually, you can get it on the Adobe Add-ons Store, or Exchange as someone refers to it as. And it'll be automatically installed on our computers. Again, only compatible on Windows no matter where you buy it. It's only going to be compatible on Windows for now. A Mac version might be possible in the future. As I said earlier, you should head to the forum and bug the developer about getting out a Mac version, because I think everyone would be happy, right? You'd be happy. You better be. Okay. So I don't really know what else to say at this point. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all the normal stuff. And if this plugin even remotely seems interesting to you, at least check out the website in the description below and possibly also purchase it to help out this awesome plugin developer who's selling such amazing technology for the low price of $50. So with that said, thank you for watching.